On the East Coast. It is 1:30 on the West Coast. It is the 3rd of July in the year of our Lord 2025, season 15, episode 51. 720 times you have been welcome to the Clubhouse Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. Normally live at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. But for the second week in a row, they have let us out of the cages. And we are live from Riders Field right here also on Sunset Lounge, DFW. Welcome. My name is Rob. I am the executive producer of the Clubhouse Podcast, and I am modeling. I finally have all 3 of the red, white, or the garnet, white, and blue Riders jerseys. It is also personalized, which you can do for $20 when you buy the jersey, which is kind of cool. Got a lot to talk about, but before we do that, Alex out on assignment today. So sitting in the co-host chair to my right is one of my favorite people on the planet and someone that I dare you to go up against when they guess WWE wrestling themes. She is Rachel. How are you, my friend?
I am good. How are you?
I am well, and we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. At the other end is the official fact checker of Sooner or Gator Productions, and a man that's wearing a very sharp hat today. I love that logo. You may know him as Bunu, but his mama named him Don Ford. I'm going to call him Don Ford. Hey, man.
We're back at the Rough Riders again.
We are at Riders Field tonight.
Got this great hat.
Riders are going to be playing the Arkansas Travelers. I've said earlier, their color should be blue, so they could be Blues Travelers. But that's just me.
That'd be copyright infringement. You'd have lawsuits.
They could be Blue Travelers, and then it's not.
Ooh.
So you always find a way, sir. Okay. First pitch tonight is at 6:05. There's going to be fireworks after the game because, of course, it is July 4th weekend. And yesterday was my birthday.
Happy late birthday, Rob.
So before we get into that, next week is our season finale of season 15, if you can believe it, which means this show turns 15 in a couple of weeks. And we'll do all the fun stuff with that on next week's show. I also, now yesterday was my birthday, but today we have a couple of dear friends of the show who are celebrating a birthday, and we want to shout out to them. First of all, my nephew, Josh. He is exactly 20 years and 1 day younger than me.
Happy birthday, Josh.
He is the first human to ever refer to me as Uncle Rob. His dad was one of my mentors growing up. So it's weird that he's 32. That's all I'm saying. Also, a friend of the show, Adrian. Today is his birthday.
Adrian.
And we want to send a shout out to Adrian. He has a YouTube channel whose name escapes me currently. I think it's Today in African American History.
Hold, please.
Every day he spends about 10 minutes giving you this day in African American history. It's a fantastic channel. We want you guys to subscribe. I haven't watched today's, but he does a really great job. So shout out to Adrian for his birthday, and my cousin Susan and her husband Gary are celebrating their anniversary today.
I do want to kind of know, in case people are wondering, the Arkansas Travelers are the AA for the Mariners, Seattle Mariners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had a crossword puzzle that they said the alternate clue was A-Rod, and the answer was Ancient Mariner. And I enjoyed that very much. So shout out to everybody. So I want to do a quick segment on today's show that I don't think we've ever done before. As I said earlier, yesterday was my birthday. I'm not afraid to say I'm now halfway to 104. But who shares a birthday with me? This is going to be alphabetical. And there's a couple of interesting notes of this day in history, or yesterday in history on my birthday.
Okay.
One of them will make a lot of sense. So
Thomas Jefferson?
No.
George Washington?
Can I get?
Okay.
I have a list. I have a list.
Wait, you told me to guess.
No, I didn't tell you to guess anything.
Okay.
Check the tape. I didn't tell him to guess
I thought
anything.
you said to guess.
Fact check, please.
Comedian Doug Benson,
Okay.
who has a podcast called Doug Loves Movies. Very funny man. One of his bits came across my phone today. I've forgotten how funny that was. Jose Canseco, who is a twin.
Okay.
So the Cansecos share a birthday with me.
Happy birthday.
Pierre Cardin, the designer, who also has fragrances of some form. I'm not hip. I'm not with it. Comedian Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm and Seinfeld. Medgar Evers, who was an activist in the 60s for civil rights.
Yeah.
Jerry Hall, who at one point was married to Mick Jagger, who is from Mesquite. She was also in the first Batman, 89, I believe.
Okay.
Bret the Hitman Hart and I share a birthday. Now, earlier I said I wanted to come back to something about Rachel earlier.
Yeah.
Rachel texted me yesterday. And when she texted me a happy birthday, she texted me a gif of Cody Rhodes because they played his theme song here the other night. Cody's birthday is the day before mine.
Happy late birthday, Cody.
And he's also this month on my WWE calendar that I have at the house that my wife got me for Christmas, which makes sense because it's his birth month. Former quarterback Chad Henne shares a birthday with me.
Okay.
Herman Hesse, the writer who wrote Siddhartha, philosopher, essay writer.
Okay.
Clark Kellogg, who used to play basketball, and he works with CBS, I believe, and has for a long time. The Lindsay Lohan shares a birthday with me.
Oh, boy.
I like her. I don't care what anybody says. Imelda Marcos and all of her shoes.
Wow.
Share a birthday with me.
All 2,000 of them with tags on them.
The legendary Thurgood Marshall shares a birthday with me. Long-time Supreme Justice. Yep. Mm-hmm. Alex Morgan from the U.S. women's soccer team shares a birthday with me. The legend Richard Petty, NASCAR driver.
Okay.
Margot Robbie. Did not know she shared a birthday with me. Very beautiful, Margot Robbie. How you doing? Let's see here. The great actor Ron Silver. He's that guy in that thing. Trust me, you know who Ron. You could Google him. You Google him, you'll know who he is.
Probably know who he is.
Ashley Tisdale. She's one of the kids with the clothes in the hair.
Oh, yeah. I was a High School Musical.
Yes.
My niece loved that movie.
That guy.
Oh, I kind of look familiar.
Elizabeth Tudor of the Tudors, the family. Johnny Weir, the ice skater, who does a lot of work with Tara Lipinski at the Olympics. And I saved this one for last because it has a personal connection to me that I didn't know about until yesterday. We talk a lot on this show that my high school, Coconut Creek High School in Coconut Creek, Florida. Famous alumni, Bobby Cannavale, the actor, Emmy Award winner, Joe Latrulio, actor. They're good friends. They went to school together. But another person has an honorary degree from my high school, honorary diploma. He's a very famous person who works with, he's no longer with us, but when he worked, he did a lot of work with orphans. And one time an orphan said to him that he was working with, why should we go to school? You didn't graduate. And he said, you know what? You're right. So he went back and he got his GED. And one of his best friends was on the school district in my district. So he got an honorary high school diploma from my high school. He went to prom that year with the class 2 years behind mine and was at the graduation. And now the Votech that is catty corner to my high school is named after him. Not only does that have a personal connection, by technical definition, he was my first boss. Because sharing a birthday with me yesterday is Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's.
Yes.
When I was 14, Wendy's was my first job at 441 in Atlantic, store 109, represent. And I thought that I did not know that until yesterday.
Okay.
Which I was like, that's kind of cool.
And he have like the Dave Thomas Foundation.
Yep, that's the same thing. And
it all makes sense.
Yep.
So he never got a high school degree originally. He had to get a GED.
He got a GED.
Is that after starting Wendy's and all that?
Oh yeah. I mean, this was 93. Like there was a People magazine did an article where he was at prom dancing, and I'm like, I know all of those people in the background. So thought that was kind of cool. On my birthday in 1966, the first Walmart opened.
Wow. Okay. In Arkansas.
And on my 6th or 7th birthday, Airplane was released.
Oh.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
A lot of questions may be answered to you right now. So I thought that would be kind of a cool thing to go through. And when you and Alex's birthdays are pretty close together.
Mine's October 13th.
And his, I think, is like the 18th. Like you guys' birthdays are real close.
I think but I can tell you this. I know without looking up, because I looked this up.
We'll do it on when it's your turn. It's not your turn. No, Don. It's
just
because,
one.
No, save it because that's when we do it when it counts.
Okay.
Because Alex also gave me a gift today, and I told him I'd unwrap it on the show. And as I unwrap it, I do want to show you the shirt that he wrapped it up in because I want to say, for the record, I did not talk about this. Normally, every year on July 1st, I mention this, and I did not this year. I was being nice. I saw other people do it. So, good Lord, he wrapped this thing. We're going to hold off on this because I want to show you. Okay, so it's not what we thought it was. The number's not. July 1st was Bobby Bonilla Day. And for those of you that know what Bobby Bonilla Day is, when he played for the Mets, he had this insanely deferred contract that would continue to pay him. He left the Mets in 2001 and has still gotten a check every July 1st and still has another 10 years on it. But every year he gets $1,193,248.20. That's what this represents through 2035. Actually, it started in 2011. Okay. So it probably started. That's how much he deferred. And so the Mets are still paying him. We'll still pay him for another 10 years. It's not like the Shohei Ohtani thing. Because that was a smart business move.
That's true.
And that was Shohei Ohtani going, hey, I got more endorsements I don't know what to do with. That was just Bobby Bonilla being a smart businessman.
Usually there's a post on Bobby Bonilla Day of like how many current Mets people are making less than Bobby Bonilla. Like, hey, all these people who currently play for the Mets.
Okay, so Alex has gotten me something. This is got the WWE logo on it, and it says something about WrestleMania 38, which is the WrestleMania that we were all at. Alex and I were sitting together. Don, always winds up almost ringside. I don't know how, but he does. So I don't know what this is. So I'm going to pull this out. Oh, wow. This is amazing. I'm not even going to take the plastic off of this. This is a piece of the ring canvas that was used during WrestleMania 38.
That is awesome.
That we were at. That is outstanding. Thank you, Alex. Oh, I can't wait to put this in.
Can I see that real fast?
Yeah. I can't wait to put this in the studio at the house. This is awesome. I'm very excited about this.
So Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar's sweat is on this.
More than likely.
Unless it's night one.
Or it could have beer from Stone Cold. We don't know.
Pat McAfee?
Could be Pat McAfee sweat. So thank you so much, Alex. I can't wait to put this on display.
We miss you, Alex.
This may even go in like my lighted display in the office. You don't know? That is awesome. Thank you so much, brother.
That's such a thoughtful gift. I mean.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's awesome. A thoughtful individual.
He really is.
That's why he's my brother. All right, so let's get into it. Oh, I got to open up a browser here because we got to play North America's favorite game show here momentarily. Now, Rachel, you can't look this way.
Yeah.
So, big news from the WNBA this week. By 2030, they're going to add 3 more teams. So the WNBA is growing.
Yeah, I think I forgot which city. One's Philadelphia, isn't it?
Would not surprise me.
Okay.
But we have the Dallas Wings.
Yeah.
Who, they do what they do. Used to be the Tulsa team. They moved here from Tulsa. So we're looking forward to more from them. Let's get into MLB standings because we are here at Riders Field. Right now, the Riders are 41 and 35. Don.
Cleveland, Detroit, and Philly.
There you go. Those Detroit and Philly.
Yeah.
So the Riders currently 41 and 35 playing. Oh, I like that Arkansas Travelers logo we got there on the wall. It's pretty sharp. You might be able to see it in the background. Maybe. I don't know.
They have a nice ballpark, too.
It's a gorgeous ballpark. I love this place. All right. In the AL East, the Baltimore Ravens, not the Orioles.
Yeah.
They are 37 and 49. Right now, they're 11 games out of first place. They are 5 games back of Boston. The Red Sox are 5.5 back of Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is only a half game back of Toronto and the Yankees. By the way, the Yankees are on a 3-game skid. Toronto on a 4-game heater.
Tampa Bay.
Did you say Ravens again, not Orioles?
I did, but I corrected. I self-corrected. Self-corrected. In the AL Central, the Chicago White Sox, who are last year's version of North America's favorite game show, they have 28 wins, and they're 25.5 back. Still pretty bad. They are 11.5 games back of Kansas City. The Royals are a game back of the Twins. Minnesota now a half game back of Cleveland. But Detroit's still running away with it because Cleveland's on a 6-game skid. They're 3-7 in their last 10. Detroit's 6-4 in their last 10, but they've got a 12.5 game lead in that division, and we're not even at the All-Star break yet. Was it next week? Next weekend?
Next week.
It's weekend after next.
Yeah, we're the third. Yeah.
Actually, no, it is next weekend because that's why they're doing all in and at the ballpark because of probably it's All-Star weekend.
I'm not going this year, so I don't know the dates. Hold on.
In the AL West, Athletics are still bad. 36-53. They're 17.5 games back in the division. They are 8 games back of La. The Angels now are tied with the Rangers. They're both 2.5 back on Seattle. Seattle now 7 back on Houston, who's on a 3-game heater. In the National League West, Colorado. Put a pin in it.
Yeah, we'll get time.
Let's go to Arizona. Arizona's got 43 wins. They're 11.5 games back. They are 2.5 back of the Giants. San Francisco now a half game back of the Padres. And San Diego now 8.5 back on the Dodgers, who have won 3 in a row. And they're 8-2 in their last 10. In the NL Central, Don, your Pittsburgh Pirates are still bad.
Oh, they suck.
38-50.
They're horrible.
You're only 12 games below 500. A lot of baseball to play.
And they always get worse after the All-Star break. Usually they're contenders for the first half, and then
you're 14 games back. You're 7.5 back on Cincinnati. The Reds now a 1.5 back on St. Louis. The Cardinals are 2 games back on Milwaukee, who are 3 back on the Cubs. My watch is just going crazy right now. Make sure I'm not missing anything important, like somebody saying, hey, we can't hear you.
Real fast, All-Stars on July 15. All-Star game.
I was about to say.
Yeah, so next weekend is All-Star weekend.
Yeah, so it starts next Friday and then goes to Tuesday.
And Milwaukee now 3 back on the Cubs. And in the only division that matters, the NL East, the Washington Nationals are the only reason the Marlins aren't in last place. They're 14.5 back, but they're only 2.5 back of Miami. Miami and Atlanta are tied, and they're both 9 games back on the Mets. But, Don, you do have bragging rights. You may not know this.
What's that?
Last weekend, you played a series against the Mets. You outscored them 22-3.
I'll take it
in 3 games.
So we won't be in North America's favorite game show this week.
We've already established.
We know that. Yeah.
And the Mets are now 2 back on the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, it's time to play North America's favorite game show.
Yeah.
What is the run differential for the Colorado Rockies? Rachel.
Oh,
You want me to go first?
You go first.
Since last week, I think it was like negative 208 or something like that.
Okay.
I'm going to be daring. I'm going to say negative 225.
All right.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I say maybe negative 200. Let me be nice to the Rocky fans.
The Colorado Rockies currently are still waiting on their 20th victory. They are 19-67. On July 3rd, we can say safely they will not get 100 wins.
Nope.
No.
They have a 221 win percentage. At this rate, they are on pace to be approximately 40 and 100 and what? 23?
122.
Yeah. 40 and 122 is the pace. They are 35.5 games back in the division. That puts them 24 games behind the Diamondbacks. They're 8-34 at home. They are 11-33 on the road. 2-8 in their last 10. Now,
yeah, they got 2.
How about that?
Don mentioned, we talked about last week. No, I'm thinking last year, the White Sox were bell to bell.
Yeah.
Colorado well on their way.
Yeah.
Right now, the Chicago White Sox have a run differential of -86. Don, your Pittsburgh Pirates, they're not losing. They're on a 6-game heater, bro.
And they got that 22-3, so they kicked it up.
They're at -29 right now.
Okay.
The Colorado Rockies, currently, the closest without going over is Rachel. However, if we were not playing Price is Right rules, Don would have won. Now, last week it was minus 211.
Yeah. And it's 196 the week before.
Right. They went down, went back up.
Yeah.
The Colorado Rockies currently have a run differential of minus 224. You missed it by a run, Don. It's July 3rd.
So they might get the negative 400.
I mean, they're on pace for almost negative 450.
I wonder what the word. We looked it up last year. That was.
This is insane.
Yeah.
This is absolute insanity.
You got to feel for the Rockies fans. I mean,
But they still come out, man.
They do.
And I got to respect that.
They are passionate. And that's what it is to be a fan. You got to stick by your team. Because when,
as a Marlins fan, as long as I am also a Braves fan, don't get me started. I get it. As a Doll fan, I get it.
Yeah.
The Panthers are helping my sanity.
But
we also want to make a huge announcement. If you missed it the other day, for those of you local here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we have a number of personalities here at Sunset Lounge DFW, which, by the way, is on YouTube now. We have a YouTube channel. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Sunset Lounge DFW. I hope that's right. I think it is. Make sure you subscribe. We want to see everybody watching the videos. One of the co-founders of our network is Mike Reiner from The Ticket. We've had Grego on some of the shows. Groobs has a show here on the network. This past Monday, was the first episode. We now have Dallas Radio Hall of Famer legend Norm Hitzkiss has a show right here on Sunset Lounge DFW. Had his first episode on Monday. We're excited to have Norm. Norm's a great guy. I met him one time at a film festival. Guy knows his stuff. Make sure you're checking out all the great shows, whether it's Ziggy, whether it's Shippy and Groups, whether it's the Angle. El Maximo was on earlier today. YDC, this debacle that we call a show. Norm, everybody, all great shows. Like there's literally something for everybody here at Sunset Lounge DFW. So make sure you're following us on all your social medias. We're putting stuff up all the time. Ashley's killing the game right now, making funny pictures of us that I love, even though some of them I have a beard and I don't know why. But I love Sunset Lounge. I love everybody here. Becca's amazing. We just have some awesome people. And now Norm's part of it. And I'm happy as a lark.
Yeah. And it is Sunset Lounge DFW on YouTube.
Go check it out. All right. Let's get into TV and stuff we watched this week on the television in our homes. Don.
Oh, I got a few.
Go for it.
First one, if you watch the season finale of Welcome to Wrexham.
I did.
And if that didn't touch your soul, you're not human.
It started out a little slow for me.
Yeah.
The beginning, I was like, but it gained so much momentum. I almost cried twice in the last 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I am so excited for the next season of the show. The speech that Ryan, who's now Rob Mack, he's changed his name officially. He's not Rob McElhenney anymore. He's just Rob Mack. Not judging. That speech he gives the team was fantastic. Yeah. Such a great show. Watch Welcome to Wrexham. Like with all the crap that's out there right now, and I mean that on every level, this is a show that's just good for humanity.
And just how the fans reacted, even that little kid, and I mean, just how the whole city just took it in.
We know how it ended. We know because it's already happened. But I am still finding myself pumping my fist every time they get a goal and jumping out of my chair and yelling up the town.
See, I didn't know if they got the top two. That's something I didn't know, if they got through the playoffs to get in the third spot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this was – I love this show so much.
So two other things. That it dropped in on the Hulu, and we binged it in about 2 days.
Okay.
The newest season of The Bear.
All right, we'll talk about that here in a minute.
And then the last two episodes didn't have much to do with the restaurant. It kind of but different, but good.
Oliver Platt's in it, so I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly. And then we still have 2 episodes left. We binged the first 4, the third new season and last season of Squid Game on Netflix.
Ah, yes, that did drop the other day.
So we still have 2 left to go.
Well, you better get caught up on stuff because your Alien show's coming next month.
Oh, I know, August 23rd.
So, Rachel, anything you want to talk about from a TV standpoint?
You know me, I don't watch a whole lot of TV. I did watch I guess obviously we can do streaming platforms. That's what.
Yeah, TV's
So-
TV.
It's awesome. So the season finale of season 5 of The Chosen dropped on Sunday. So wrap that up. That's my favorite show. That's probably the one that I watch. There are a couple others. Like on Netflix, I like Love on the Spectrum. I think they have a new season that are
Getting ready to
gonna
drop.
come out. So I'm excited about that. Connor's probably my favorite on Love on the Spectrum.
And you are an experienced TV actress.
Am I what?
You are an experienced TV actress.
Okay. My 3-second cameo on Vindication.
On Vindication, she was
Redeem
a bartender.
TV.
she was tending bar and making it work. I watched Wrexham was for me this week. John Oliver was great. They unveiled the
Moon Mammoth.
the Erie Moon Mammoths coming to a city near you soon in minor league baseball. He's going to the game on the 19th, where they're going to be playing the team that had a very unstable logo earlier this year. Let's see. ABC has renewed The Bachelor for season 30, and they're going to have new showrunners because there was some instability there.
Remind me not to watch it.
And did you see this bit about the Golden Bachelor this week?
Remind me not to watch that.
Apparently, this guy doesn't get the bit because the Golden Bachelor is, older. Said he only wants women between the ages of, he doesn't want to, like 48 to 60. No, I'm out. Yeah, like everything he was naming, it's like, this is not even who's going to be on this show, brother. So that was a little weird. Apple TV has said season 4 of their kids show Stillwater will start August 1st. This is based on the Zen books by John J. Muth. So there is that. Discovery said that season 21 of The Deadliest Catch is going to kick off on August 1st. That's just 21 seasons.
I've watched every season.
I know you're a fan.
Yeah.
FX, we talked about The Bear. They have renewed it for season 5.
Cool.
So you are going to get season 5 of The Bear. That was announced today. And we've got some Netflix stuff to talk about here. There are rumors that said season 2 of The Perfect Couple with Don's favorite actress could be coming. That's got the Nicole Kidman.
Okay. Oh. I don't know if there's that or my Keira Knightley.
No. Okay. She's been kind of quiet lately.
Yeah,
Not sure what's going on there. They have renewed Shane Gillis's Tires. We talked about that show last week. That's been renewed for season 3. I like him a lot. I think he's very funny. It's a great job on SNL. And they've canceled 3 shows after 1 season each. The Residence has been canceled. Pulse has been canceled. Now they're saying they said they're not renewing No Good Deed, but they haven't officially really canceled it. 2 of the stars of that show are on multi-year deals. So we're not sure what's going on there. TV on DVD and Blu-ray this coming Tuesday. You've got season 1 of Fallout from Amazon, which we're getting ready for season 2 of that. The complete series of C. This was that Apple TV series that had Jason Momoa in it. And the complete series of Lois and Clark is getting a... Oh,
sorry.
What happened?
Lois and Clark?
The complete series gets a Blu-ray release this week.
Sorry, that was me getting very excited, not trying to...
I couldn't tell if you were excited or yawning. No. I had no idea what was happening just then.
I was trying not to scream into the microphone and
I appreciate that.
All the listeners out there. Loved me some Lois and Clark.
So, my phone's over there.
Oh, what do I need to look at?
No, it's something that's in my text messages. This Saturday night, I believe there's a one-man show, and we'll give you some more details later. Done. It's actually, you might be able to see if you can run it over to me. A one-man show is happening that I want to tell everybody about because Becca and I were talking about this the other day. Let me clear out my notifications, make sure I'm not missing anything. Where are you, my friend? Jeff Lyles is going to give a masterclass on Dallas music history at the Kessler this Saturday night. Basically, this is a guy who's seen and done it all, especially between the Dallas music scene and in LA. And now he's back here. He's going to be telling some stories about artists that he's met over the years. And I'm told there's going to be some really cool surprises during the show. This will be this Saturday night at the Kessler Theater, which is a fantastic venue. Go see Jeff Lyles. There's an article in The Observer about it that you can check out. You can also follow him on Instagram for more information on that. Again, that's at the Kessler this Saturday night. Jeff Lyles doing a one-man show where he's going to be telling some amazing stories. I'm going to try to go if I can. So I'm hoping I can get out there for that. Let's see here. Let's get into movies and stuff we watched this week. Something Don and I will talk about momentarily. Don, you can put that back over there if you would, because that's what's actually jumping to my laptop. Any movies that you saw this week, Rachel?
This week? No.
Anything in specific that you want to make sure people see?
Well, it's not recent. It was like a month or so ago.
Okay.
That was the new Avengers movie, Thunderbolts, which whatever it's called.
Thunderbolts asterisk.
Okay, whatever.
Because the other part of it to me is a bit of a spoiler, but now it's out there.
Okay.
But yes.
Anyway, I really liked it. Like normally, I'm not really into that genre, but I went to see it with a friend of mine, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So
all right. We did have a celebrity pass earlier today. The great Michael Madsen.
I did see that.
Mr. Blonde from Reservoir Dogs. He's a very, very varied career. Passed away earlier today. So we want to send our best to his family.
Bud from Kill Bill?
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
I think he was like 67.
An interesting bit from AMC Theaters this week. And the Alamo kind of already does this. And this kind of has some people up in arms, but I get it. AMC is now saying on their website, if you buy tickets from their website, that they're telling you the movie will start 25 to 30 minutes after the start time because of commercials and trailers.
I'm here for that.
But my thing is, I love the commercials. I love the trailers. I'm a trailer guy. This does not bother me because I bake that into my time management anyway. And when you go to the Alamo, when it tells you how long the movie is, that includes the trailers, which I appreciate. But they've already said they're adding more commercials. You got to make money.
That's true.
You have to.
Especially, like as Don knows, when they want to charge you $60 for a plush toothless. No,
that was AMC.
We're talking about AMC.
Okay, AMC. Okay.
We were comparing it to the Alamo.
I said Alamo. Yeah.
No, we were comparing and contrasting.
No, it's $41 for
because you had to buy the combo. You couldn't buy it by itself.
Just the doll. Yeah, you wanted the combo. Yeah, pay $41 for 2 drinks and a popcorn, and you get the doll. No,
I'm good.
That's what I said too.
This next bit, I kind of wish Alex was here because he could help me go deep dive on this. I don't know how I feel about this next headline. Now, as you guys know, Amazon bought the rights to the entire James Bond franchise.
Yes.
We don't know what they're doing with it yet. We don't know who's going to play the role. We know it's not going to be Daniel Craig. But we have a director for Bond 26. It will be Denis Villeneuve. This is the guy that directed films, all of the latest Dune films he directed. I like Denis. I think he's French. So it's Denis. It's spelled Dennis with one N, but it's Denis Villeneuve. Ha ha ha. Ha. You missed your cue, Don. I'm interested, but I'm cautiously optimistic because he has shown that he can do films on a grand scale, but there's a huge difference between the spy genre and the sci-fi genre.
Exactly.
So that is going to be your director for Bond 26. I am a huge James Bond fan. If you've never listened to the show before, I went through the entire James Bond franchise during the pandemic, and we talked a lot on this show about it, but you can't get to those episodes anymore. But I'm very interested to see what happens here because I need to know who's playing the role first.
There could be worse directors doing it.
You're not wrong, and worse directors have. Trust me.
Yeah.
There's some cinematic turds out there in the franchise.
Imagine if they announced Terrence Malick to do the next
I will throw something at you.
I'm in the splash zone. I don't like being between them.
I will destroy you. We are getting a sequel to The Devil Wears Prada, which is filming right now.
So I wonder, does it still have like Anna?
Meryl Streep is back.
Okay.
Anne Hathaway is back.
Okay.
And we have cast the actor who will play Meryl Streep's character's husband. I'm here for it. Because it's the Kenneth Branagh. This is the guy that directed Thor.
Yeah.
The first two Thor. I think the first Thor film. You know who Kenneth Branagh is. He played Hercule Poirot in the latest Agatha Christie movie.
Okay, yeah.
Didn't he do a Shakespeare movie like in the 90s?
He did Hamlet. It was like 5.5 hours long.
Yes.
Yeah, he's done more than one Shakespeare film.
Yeah.
but I am here for it. I may not see it because it's the Devil Wears Prada. Although the first one has an amazing remix / cover of Seal's Crazy by Alanis Morissette that I play when I play DJ gigs all the time because it's amazing.
And plus that movie has a cult following.
Oh, it does.
People, yeah.
And by the way, in my adventures of going through half-price books and their CDs, I found Alanis Morissette's second album when she was simply Alanis, and she was still full-on Canadian pop.
That's hilarious.
There's one more I got to get. I got the second one. I got to find the first one. And I was like, purchase! As well as David Hasselhoff's self-titled album, because you have to have that. We got Street Fighter news. Couple of castings. Again, I wish Alex was here because he could react, because this is going to go completely past the other two people on this dais.
I'll do my shocked face.
So 50 Cent will be in it, playing Balrog, which I don't know. I guess, because Balrog in the game is a very, very large mountain of a human, which is going to be tough to translate anyway. Kind of like Jet from the Cowboy Bebop live action. It doesn't translate well. But the bad guy, who was played by Raul Julia in the original live action version, M. Bison, is being played by David Desmalchin. And I am on board. I like this guy.
So do I.
A lot of people would know him from The Dark Knight. He was in the scene where they were all on the street. He was the cop that had the name tag that said Joker on it. He started laughing.
Okay.
And his last name is spelled Dastmalchian. And the way he says, how to remember to pronounce my last name, Desmalchin. So he's going to play M. Bison, and I am here for it. I dig it. Movie new releases and places you get movie new releases this week. We have them both covered. One in theaters, one not. We'll start with the one that is not in theaters that I have seen. Excuse me. Heads of State. John Cena is the president. I do wonder if Dwayne has an issue with that. And he goes to the UK for a summit with the British Prime Minister, played by Idris Elba.
Love him.
You put Idris Elba in just about anything, I'm there.
Yeah.
Greatest villain in history as Stringer Bell from The Wire. And then things go wrong. There's an attempted assassination on both of them, and they got to figure out what happened before NATO falls apart.
Okay.
And the funny thing about John Cena's character, before he was president, he was an action star. So be prepared for that.
Oh, dear Lord.
I'm here for it.
I loved this movie. You want a summer popcorn movie and you just want to watch stuff explode? This is the movie.
Okay.
It'll be on, I think it's on Amazon Prime yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, it is on Prime.
So it's an hour 40, hour 50.
Oh, that's a perfect
it's
runtime
done.
for a
It's
movie.
done well. There's two different storylines going on at one time because you've got them trying to get back to their people, and their people that are. Carla Gugino plays the vice president. Love her. Big fan. How you doing? There's some great stuff in this. It's better than it has to be. It's the second straight John Cena Amazon Prime comedy that hit a home run with me. The other one last year was called Jackpot with him and the Aquafina.
I didn't see it.
So basically the concept there is everybody's given this ticket. And if you win this lottery, you have to make it to sundown. And if somebody kills you, they win it. But if you make it to sundown without leaving the city, you win all this money. And so Aquafina mistakenly gets a card and wins. And John Cena has a company that people pay to protect them to get them to sundown.
I see.
I loved this movie, Don. That
sounds interesting. Yeah.
It's funny. There's a lot of action in it. I'm a big fan of both Cena and Aquafina. I love Aquafina. You know, she plays the trumpet, I think. She did that when she was on Saturday Night Live. But that's another one you should check out. So Jackpot with an exclamation point.
I call her bottled water.
No, don't do that. The other movie this week came out on my birthday, Jurassic World Rebirth.
In name and music only.
How many have there been?
This is the 7th. This is the 4th Jurassic World. 7 overall. Scarlett Johansson is in this.
Mm-hmm.
Mahershala Ali is in this.
Uh-huh.
And I still don't. There's the guy from Bridgerton's in this. Shouldn't a movie called Jurassic World have more dinosaurs in it? And if you read my review, which is currently located at www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
That's our website.
Ba-ding. I equated this to Transformers Age of Extinction.
Is that the one with the barn?
I think it's the one after that.
Okay.
Where you promise me Dinobots, and I don't get Dinobots until like the last 30 minutes, and it's that fast. That's what Jurassic World Rebirth is. If you take, like, it's very dialogue driven, which it doesn't need to be. There's like things that they talk about that they don't tie up loose ends. They like make reference to stuff that never comes back around. It looked great. We watched it in Dolby Cinema. It looked great. It sounded great and all the things.
And that was great. We got to see it like that, but I wouldn't pay for Dolby.
But like I said in my review, as long as there are children, there will always be movies about dinosaurs. It always will be.
But this one didn't have dinosaurs.
It kind of did.
Kind of. Okay, if you're a Raptors fan.
It's not going to be the worst film of the year.
No.
I can tell you that right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not.
I don't know where it's going to land. It ain't going to land in my top 10. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Because if you're a fan of the Velociraptor, you got about 20 seconds of them, literally. That's it. I might. And the first third of the movie was a ripoff of the Meg. It was a ripoff of the Meg.
Well, and there's 2 different stories going on in this film.
Yeah.
One of them, I don't even know why it's there. Is it supposed to heighten the stakes? Because it doesn't.
Basically, you got people chased by a bunch of mongoloid monsters. That's it.
Careful, watch your wording.
Okay.
This is live.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you got this week. On movies on DVD and Blu-ray on Tuesday, we have The Amateur that came out earlier this year that came and went with Rami Malek. The Legend of Ochi, which was that screening was on a Sunday for some reason. Sinners, which actually is on HBO Max tomorrow. So I'll be watching that. Until Dawn, which came out earlier this year, the 30th anniversary edition of Clueless.
That's 30 years old.
It is 30 this year.
That's painful.
The classic movie Earthquake, it's the Steelbook treatment. The collector's edition of In a Violent Nature, which is a horror film shot from the standpoint of the killer.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Arrow Video does the classic horror film Lover's Lane, and Criterion Collection does a re-release of Barry Lyndon, which is a very popular film. And I have determined that I just want to be famous enough to be let loose in the Criterion Closet. That's all I want. Make that happen, Criterion. Help a brother out. I got a lot of stuff that I want from your collection. I mean, not a lot. I have a list. But I know they're re-releasing Spinal Tap in September. That's going to be a purchase. Oh. I even tried to look to see if I could pre-order it on Amazon. Can't do that yet. I think I can pre-order it on their website, but it's a little pricey. A little pricey. We also want to tell everybody coming up July 17th through the 20th. 2 weeks away. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
Yeah. The Waco Independent Film Festival happens. It's going to open with Julia Barnett's family favorite, A Christmas in New Hope. And it's going to close with the ego death of Queen Cecilia. This is going to happen in Waco, of course. There'll be an online encore July 20th through the 26th. So we want to make sure if you're in the area of Waco, Texas, make sure that you're attending the Waco Independent Film Festivals. We are huge fans of film festivals, much less independent film festivals here at Sunset Lounge DFW. Support indie filmmakers. We can't be there because we're booked that weekend, but we want to send everybody possible in Waco to see some of these great films. There's been a press release out of it. There's a ton of films that are going to be shown. We want you to go check it out. July 17th through 20th, the Waco Independent Film Festival. I don't know if I have the website on here or not. You can hit the Google machine. You can get tickets at www.wacoindie.com. Also, want to talk about our big sponsor right here at Sunset Lounge DFW. This time of year, allergies are kicking your butt. Maybe you're out there doing things that maybe you're a little too old to do, and then you realize it the next morning. If you could free yourself of pain, anxiety, and sleepless nights and do it naturally, you want that. That's what we all want. We want self-care. We want you to check out CBD House of Healing. This is a women-owned CBD boutique. They only carry products from their lab. If they don't make it, they ain't selling it, because they hold to the highest quality and purity standards. Their owner, again, it's a women-owned business. She's an RN. She knows what she's doing. She actually was on YDC a couple of months ago. Go check out that episode after this one. Watch this one first. She emphasizes building trusted relationships through education, because really they want to give you the tools you need for self-care at CBD House of Healing. You can find your relief from emotional stress, from emotional drain, because as we know, when emotions are heightened, it just zaps all of your energy. I know this firsthand, and I just want to be able to sleep sometimes. You can visit their website, cbddallas.com, or you can visit them in person, 8550 Plano Road, Suite 101. That is in far north Dallas. Again, 8550 Plano Road, Suite 101, so you can begin your healing at the House of Healing. We are at Riders Field tonight. The Rough Riders, 6:05 first pitch as they take on the Arkansas Travelers. I wanted to play the harmonica, but I'm no John Popper. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Right now, the Rough Riders 41-35. So they're trying to stay alive in the division and get to the playoffs. The players are on the field warming up right now, and we're also at the Bull Moose Saloon. I love this place because it's, they're going to lift up the garage doors here in a minute. But it's a great place if you want to stop and get a drink. We got it's Thursday, so it's Thirsty Thursday. Got the Twisted Tea, big can already inflated, the big chairs already inflated. Lazy River, which is out in right center, 21 up and only every home Thursday game. There's going to be different drink specials throughout the game. Last week, I was out there helping with the frozen T-shirt race, which ended up being the soaked T-shirt race, where we had two guys and they had to put on two completely soaked T-shirts. My guy did not win. I declare shenanigans. But we were out there. There's rumors we might be on the field tonight. You don't know. I don't know. I got to find out. First pitch is at 6:05. Every time there's a home Thursday game, one different show from us right here at Sunset Lounge DFW is going to be here. This is our second week in a row, and that's kind of an anomaly. But they keep on letting us in the door. We're going to keep coming. That's all I'm saying. Because we love the Rough Riders. Come get you a jersey. The jerseys aren't very expensive, very comfortable.
And free fireworks tonight.
Fireworks tonight after
Instead
the
of having
game.
to deal with a bunch of traffic every other places.
They do good fireworks show.
I mean, you could go to Kaboom Town, but let me tell you something. You're going to have a lot more room to sit here. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nothing against our friends at the city of Addison, but Kaboom Town can be kind of crazy.
And I did see that Wyatt Langford is making a start tonight for the Frisco
That's
Rough
breaking
Riders,
news, friends. That happened right before we went on the air. We bring you breaking news because we can.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're welcome, Internet. I almost thanked you. You didn't do that to me. I said that to you. All right, let's do the plugs. Visit our website, the aforementioned www.theclubhousepodcast.com. Find out everything you need to know and some stuff you don't. You can follow me on all your social medias if you like. Everything is Yes, That Rob Irvin. That is spelled ERVIN. My co-host is Alex Barnhill. You can follow him on Vexploit at all your social medias. You can also hit that QR code right there. Get you to all of our social media. Plus, make sure you go to prowrestlingtees.com/thecheappodcast. If you want to design a shirt for us, we would love for you to. You can send those to Alex at theclubhousepodcast.com. If we use it, we're going to give you the credit and we're going to give you the revenue because it's your deal. We just like having cool swag. Like this amazing Sunset Lounge DFW t-shirt I'm currently modeling because that's how I roll.
Oh, my socials?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I'm Avery Fan on all the socials. I think I have a TikTok. I have not posted a video, but on there I'm Avery Fan 33 because Avery Fan was already taken. But yeah.
She's Avery Fan.
I am Avery
This
Fan.
person that has Avery Fan on TikTok, I'm going to need you to give that up.
Yeah, give it to her.
We have proof.
That's true.
And also that URL to get those awesome shirts that make me look good. It's hard to believe, but they do. ProWrestlingTees.com/the Cheap Podcast. At Twitter, I'm at Bunu. IGBNUEU. And you want this madness at your place like you're getting right now. You want this at your place.
You do.
Do you know what you do? Email me, Don, at the Clubhouse Podcast.com.
And we might have another remote show coming up later this month. Stick by the channel. We love doing live remote shows. We love hanging out with the Empire. You guys are amazing. You can email me questions, comments, concerns. Tell me to go pound sand. I am Rob at the clubhousepodcast.com. Charlotte Marshall is on Pinterest because we are morally obligated to say that. It is also next week and is All in Texas weekend. We're going to talk about that. We're going to be back in studio next week, back to abnormal. And we'll catch you up on all the news from the world of professional wrestling, along with all the other stuff that we've been doing today. Our normal show every Thursday night, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, is your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. So until next time, for Alex, for Rachel, for Dawn, for the Empire, I'm Rob. Clubhouse is closed. Brittany Palmer getting back on social media, talking about she's getting ready to get married. God love you.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.